90% of traders lose. You know that statistic. Everyone knows that statistic. But nobody ever talks about the 1% on the other end of it. Not the lucky ones. Not the ones who got rich on one trade and called it skill. The real 1%. The ones who are profitable month after month, year after year, in bull markets and bear markets, no matter what the conditions are. What does their life actually look like? They are boring on purpose. The first thing that will surprise you about a top 1% trader is how boring their day looks. No screens everywhere. No 20 open charts. No constant position flipping. They have a process, and the process looks almost identical every single day. They wake up, they do their analysis, they identify their setups, and then they wait. And most days nothing happens. Because the top 1% have accepted something that the other 99% never fully accept. That the market does not owe you a trade today. And protecting your capital on a low-quality day is just as valuable as making money on a high-quality one. Their relationship with losing. Here is the thing about the top 1% that sounds impossible until you have lived it. They are completely comfortable losing. Not recklessly. Not carelessly. But a loss to them is just data. It is information. It tells them something about the market, something about their execution, something about the conditions, and they file it away in their journal and move on without a single second of emotional reaction. They do not need to be right. They need to be consistent. And those two things are very, very different. What they obsess over. The top 1% trader does not obsess over profits. They obsess over process, over risk management, over position sizing, over the quality of their setups. They review every trade, not just the losing ones, looking for any place where emotion crept in, where they deviated from the plan, where they took something that was not quite there yet. They are harder on their winning trades than most traders are on their losing ones. Because a win that came from a bad process is more dangerous than a loss that came from a good one. Close. So that is the life of a top 1% trader. Quiet. Disciplined. Deliberate. Not exciting in the way people imagine, but deeply, completely in control. They did not get there overnight. They got there through years of journaling, reviewing, losing, learning, and showing up the next day without ego. The strategy was never the hard part. The person behind the strategy, that is where the real work happened. If you want to build the habits and the mindset that get you into that 1%, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.